Hello everyone, welcome back to more Kerbal Space Program. Last time we ended up with our return rocket in orbit. Now I feel like it's time to start burning towards the moon because, well, we have an intercept right now, so, you know, we want to get there at some point so we can bring our people back. And then take them back to Duna for more interstellar adventures. As it stands right now, we're just keeping an eye on our yellow tank. We might actually have enough, fuel-wise, to bring this with us and sort of use the jumbo tank to help us circularize our lunar orbit. Which is good, because, well, we need all the fuel we can get right now. I'm still not entirely sure how much fuel we'll have left when we'll land. I haven't actually tested it yet on the lunar surface, so this is sort of a maiden voyage test flight as well. So this will be interesting to say the least. We're about to get an intercept with the moon here. There we go, moon encounter has been achieved. We kill our speed, and then wonder why the game's like, you can warp faster while the ship's under acceleration. Which it shouldn't be. Can you get off your high horse? Would that be a possibility, game? Just see if that fixes it. Nope, still under acceleration. Well, this is fantastic. This is one of the myriad of things that are always going wrong. Oh, great. We might just be stuck in here for a good while. Time warp stopped. We're not accelerating though. Like, we're literally not doing anything. I'll be right back when I figure out this annoying problem. Well, there we go. I don't know what the problem ended up being, but like 5 seconds later, I was finally able to hit the time warp button, which is good. Otherwise, we would have been sitting here for a day. Or at least a few hours worth of, like... Yeah, let me just say, that wouldn't be ideal. We'd be sitting here for a long time. Like, from like here on out, it's just 2 hours until our peri-eps. We would have literally sat here for a long day. That would not be good for recording. Thankfully, we don't have to. We'll fly right up to our peri-eps over here. Now, of course, we could always just risk it and literally hurl ourselves at the moon. We do have a rover that we can drive over, but I know I'd rather just get close to the planet surface itself before we try any landing attempts. Let's put it like that. Looks like we'll be quite effective in burning our apoapsis down. Ooh, lovely. I think we'll have quite a bit of fuel left after this landing, actually. I'm gonna go for a bit of a higher peri-apsis here. Just see how much fuel we have left. 360. That might be enough to lower our apoapsis quite a bit. I don't think it'll be enough to get ourselves into a suborbital orbit. There we go. Words. Yeah, that's not going to be enough, probably, which is fine. Unfortunately, it looks like we're heading into the night, but if we are fast enough, we could potentially land over there before we run out of daylight, so to say. Right, let's start decreasing our apoapsis. I think it might actually be enough to go suborbital and just land. Well, not land, of course, but we could use it to slow down our landing approach. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. I mean, we're gonna ditch it anyway, we might as well throw it into the lunar surface. Although in that case, we'd have to keep in mind that we don't want to land too close to our mining module. Alright, I think it's about time we decrease our peri-apsis over here just a bit. So we pass over the terrain a bit lower. Right, I'm gonna do a quick save here. Then we're gonna warp time ahead just a smidge. We're gonna add a maneuver over here to basically kill our orbit. And roughly angle ourselves over there-ish. I think that'll be good enough. And again, we're gonna try and aim over them quite a bit so that we have plenty of time to adjust our maneuvers. I think we'll have plenty of fuel left to do that, which is always helpful. Especially when considering, you know, we're gonna be smacking into the moon if we're not doing this correctly. I'd rather not smack the moon. Right, and just place ourselves on the node. There we go. We might want to start burning a little early here just because it doesn't matter too much. We can always adjust on the fly. Roll up quite a bit. And yeah, there we go. That's roughly the orbit I'd like to get. Excellent. And because we burned a little earlier, we're going to save on fuel as well. Start pointing retrograde. Looks like we'll be landing with some daylight left, which is good. I'm sort of hoping to land like below 10 kilometers distance horizontally. There's not going to be any much vertical like difference, of course, but still, I'm aiming for like, yeah, sort of in between 10 kilometers. That's an easy rover ride. Hell, I'd probably enjoy myself driving across the terrain. Because it's fun. And who doesn't like fun? Oh, and we have a bit of fuel left, and we're not gonna have to worry about cleaning this up at some point. It's not gonna form any debris in orbit. So that, of course. We do want to be careful to not hurl it at anything in specific. That would be a good way to make sure that we don't have a base left at the end of this episode. Well, Jebediah is just relaxing. He's looking right into the sun by the look of things. I don't think that's the best way to do things, Jebby, but whatever floats your boat, I suppose. Yeah, we'll throw down a little bit of slowdown. Actually, nah. We're still too high up to really say that that's a good idea, in my opinion. Let's get the rover lander module there, alright. We'll speed up time just a bit, and I think we'll start burning relatively now. See ya! Yeah, we now decrease our speed significantly faster. We're also burning a lot of fuel while doing that, so let's keep that in mind. It was a good head start though. We're gonna try and burn off our horizontal velocity a bit faster. Yeah, we are now basically throwing ourselves directly at them, for better or worse. We might have overdone it a little bit. On the other hand, we're not gonna be running out of fuel before we get there. Preemptively deploy the landing legs. Oh yeah, we're gonna be landing nice and close. I'm getting good at this. You know, trial and error. Thankfully, we have a plenty powerful engine on here, so we don't have to worry about burning too fast. The debris explodes harmlessly out of reach. That's great. Could go for a suicide burn. We have the engine for it. We're near becoming very close. Hopefully no explosions go off there. Well, there we go. That's a nice burn to kill some more of our... Oh dear, we're gonna land within a kilometer or two. That's really good. Yeah, no complaints here about that. Jesus. I keep impressing myself with my talent. Let's get rid of a bit more of that speed, eh? And 14 meters per second. I mean, the legs should be able to cope with this. But I still want to play it safe. 6 meters, 5 meters per second. 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go. The Eagle has landed. Quite bloody close as well, all things considered. We can actually literally just drive a rover over and interact and be like, hey, you need to go home. It's time. Bill, do you have inventory? You do, but it's nothing too worrying. Base refinery, are you still attached to everything? You are! Sweet! Start harvesting. You're supposed to harvest, come on. You've got a lot of ore. Jesus, that's 214 units. Now you're talking. Right, we're gonna get the rover. And we're gonna do a quick save before things crash. Wouldn't be the first bloody time. We're just gonna drive over. I mean, there's nothing too complicated about that. Still got all our science here. Do we want to bring anything? I don't really... Well, we could bring the negative gravioli detector for 80 science. Got some seismic data. We might as well bring that, I suppose. Just keep me pointing surface. We know that our targetal speed is going to basically be the same. Right, just coast along nicely, 13 meters per second. I love this so much. I really enjoy having those mods, despite them making the game a bit less stable. It does add a lot to see, like, hey, we have a giant solar farm over there. It's great. I wish the base game will eventually have more of this stuff, or at least that the mods become a bit more stable. I haven't had any crashes yet though, but you never know your luck. Now once we get there, we'll be connecting up this connector port here. I think we'll send Bill, and then I might keep Verden over here. Although this would be decent training for him. I don't think Verden has had any experience on the other moon, Minmus. Oh, there we go. It's time to slow down a bit. Down to 8 meters per second. Yeah, we'll be fine. But still, you want to make sure to not smack the rocket that you're supposed to be traveling home with. Just one thing, the connector port is over here, so we'll be driving over here for now. There we go, make sure to kill our speed. Turn on the brakes, you don't want to hit the rocket or anything. I'm going to turn on our SAS temporarily. To literally just drift aside. There we go. Bill is going to get out of his seat now. And because we're generous, we'll leave... we'll leave his tool here. You know, to inspire future engineers that may work on the moon. Like, hey, the great Bill used this electric screwdriver once. You might be able to perform miracles with it as well. You know, inspirational and all that. Get up like that. There we go. They're still refining. That's good. And then you should probably interact with him. And take on his fuel. There we go. Center of weight is dramatically shifting over back to the rocket here. But we still have like a quarter left, roughly. And the rocket's ready to go. Well, there you go. Rocket science. Pretty sure we're going to be unlinking the two of them again. There we go. And this is the end for Bill. He's going to be packing things up. Flying around the rocket, trying to find out where the entrance is. I'd say where the exit is. I mean, it's basically the same. The entrance is also the exit. But he is now reunited with his friend Jebediah, I will be right back as I gather up one more lucky comrade to leave the planet for now. Okay, lucky contestant number 2 is Leland Kerman. We'll need some more good pilots on our trip to Duna. And possibly getting her up to skill 3 before the actual base mission would be great. So, what are we going to do? How are we going to get home? It's quite simple, really. We just hit the button and we keep burning. And keep burning until we leave the sphere of influence. It really is all that simple. So we just get up there, nice and easy. Don't have to worry about fuel too much. We probably didn't need to fuel it up all that much, but it's nice to do anyway. Yeah, we would have had to fuel it up regardless. So there we go. Bye, Moon. We want to take a quick crew report. We are bringing some signs with us. I feel like that's good enough. Because, well, it's there anyway. We might as well take the readings, get like 100 science back. Perhaps 150 if we're lucky. Right, now that we've left the moon sphere of influence, let's just quickly burn periapsis. There we go. I mean, that's good enough. We could burn more. I'm actually glad I went for the refuel anyway. We'll save the rest of our fuel for when we get into orbit. Right, so we are going 3,100 meters per second. This is a bit fast. We can use our remaining fuel to slow us down a bit, but spoiler alert, we don't actually need to do any of that. Actually, I just want to make sure that you decouple, because we have brought the 10-meter inflatable heat shield. Hell yeah. This is gonna slow us down. I would say like a dart, but a dart doesn't slow down. Now this, you can already see he's going way faster because he doesn't have a ginormous surface area. I'm gonna slowly start heating up, but there's nothing to worry about. This thing is so big, it can dissipate heat quite well. We never have to worry about a thing. Meanwhile, they are exploding because of overheating. And we never get even into the red zone for G-forces, etc. Well, that was nice. We're going to be able to do a nice and easy landing here in a minute. I mean, theoretically, we could decouple this. And at some point we probably will, because it is now just dead weight to us. We've actually ran out of electric charge, so we can't hold our SAS anymore, which is fair enough. I mean, this'll do nicely, thank you. And it's so big, it's still gonna keep us pointing retrograde. It's fine. Nothing to worry about. We're just gonna speed time up a little bit. There we go. Coming in nicely. Let's quickly check how long the episode has been for now. Decent. Right, we are wobbling like crazy. I'm not even doing anything. Come on, use the chutes to try and slow down. This is getting a bit ridiculous. This is not how aerodynamics work. We can't even speed up time to try and do something here. We can only try and deploy more parachutes in order to try and stabilize ourselves. Oh dear. Fascinating. If only I had any idea why it would be doing this. I mean, it is slowly slowing down, because we're trying to drag it up, which is hopefully killing its velocity. Oh, the drogue chutes have definitely deployed, which is... It's still throwing a fit. I think it's actually wanting to turn upside down. This is An interesting case study in the behavior of heat shields, I must say. Well, there we go. You've learned your lesson now, eh? Are you finally gonna sit down and behave? I'm gonna jettison you. Bye! Too much dead weight now. Actually, we're still going quite fast. Kaboom! And now we should just be fine. If that fails, we should at least be impact proof enough that we will have a safe landing over here. Cross fingers. Yeah, there we go. Recover vessel. What signs did we bring? Probably not a whole lot. There we go, 156 science. Now do note that we still have the Voyager core module in orbit, and we still have scientists there. We're basically stuck there until we decide that they can go home again. They can always do some final science for us, so we can just research the final tech tree, but, you know, what's the fun in that? Anyway, I'm off to design a Duna mission that can actually return as well. So that'll be interesting. But that has been it for this episode of Kerbal Space Program. If you enjoyed the video, then please do leave a like down below. It really does help the channel out a lot. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. If you want to see more Kerbal, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Till next time, have a good one, folks.